Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Castaway podcast. I wasn't going to say Castaway, but anyway. This is the very first episode of this podcast where we talk about absolutely everything. And absolutely everything, but not really everything. You know what I'm saying? So, what we got here is we got Anime Augie. You guys are familiar with Augie. He runs an anime YouTube channel. You got Energy, who also runs a anime YouTube channel, kinda. And you know the biggest man here, Mass Man. You guys probably know Mass Man. If you don't know anybody, you probably know Mass Man.
Unfortunately,
so, yeah. Welcome to the Castaway. It's a nice little. We got a nice little theme going on. Energy.
Yeah, I can't get over the layout. It's so good.
Yeah, Energy kind of, had a little like high moment, and kind of gave us a little.
We'll get into that.
Y2K theme.
I want to thank. We should probably thank Moondoggy though for what he did though, because
Moondoggy. All his shit's in the description and all.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have him tagged for everything he's done, because honestly, it was a big help for everything.
It was a huge help. But
so what is this podcast about? Really, anything. But not about anything, really.
Anything that won't get us demonetized, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we're going for here. Anything that won't get us demonetized. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we're up for grabs with everything.
Yeah.
We have to kind of be careful. It's funny because right before I pressed record, I was like, because we had this whole conversation like go live. I want to see. I don't think we should go live.
Nah.
I just
one day we'll do it for the funsies.
Oh yeah, live episode would indeed be cool, but we'd have to just watch out. It's like the pressure of a live stream is so much for. It's so having to well, I mean, I suppose the way I'm wording this is as if we say fucking heinous shit non-stop, but it's not like that, you know?
Right.
One thing or two may or may not slip out, but that's about it.
Yeah, you need to remember we do use Discord every day, so you have to keep that in mind.
Alright, bruh. I will say though, there is a bit of a benefit with the live stuff that I've seen, and it's that sometimes we have topics in mind that we want to talk about, but in between that, sometimes things might run a little dry. So then you have people in chat asking that kind of stuff is nice regarding momentum.
Always having the chat go down, being able to read stuff if we don't have things off the top of our head is pretty good. So,
yeah.
Speaking of topics, what do we even have to talk about?
I do want to.
So we have no idea.
Okay, hold on. You go first. Augie.
I was just gonna say, kind of, if you guys are familiar, I mean, this is gonna be on the channel that we had the Anime After Hours podcast before. So anything prior. Just know everybody knows us as an anime podcast, and we've obviously already said that we're going to be talking about pretty much anything that won't get us demonetized.
Yeah.
So,
we'll probably talk about our fair share of anime and manga and all that sort of stuff too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
For now, just simple just anything goes. No holds barred, except for what won't make us any money.
Yeah, and I think that's just what kind of held us back last time. Of just only. I mean, we all talk about anime and manga pretty much, but after a while, it can kind of get pretty draining. So I mean, talking about just pretty much anything kind of helps in the long run.
Yeah. Plus, it just feels a little bit more like a natural conversation rather than just having to everything feels sort of okay, guys, fuck, we need to talk about this next and all that sort of stuff. But
right.
And
or we kind of struggled with that, but now it should be a lot easier.
One thing,
man, notice the background.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So one thing, the creative process behind this was a lot of BZB.
BZB.
Should we? No. I think I was gonna say. I think you should just say that, and then over time let people figure it out. Otherwise, they can look it up for themselves.
Yeah.
But I think that's just what we should say.
Let's refer in the
for everything.
Hold on. I do want to clarify for anyone who might know me in real life, I did not partake in this BCB. I did not. It was the other individuals here.
Okay,
all right.
Listen, we are more so BCB enthusiasts. You know, Master is the designated
driver.
The designated
driver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the creative process behind this, a lot of BCB. You guys can either figure that out or what I mean. But
I mean, regardless,
I'm sure a quick Google search will tell you.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, we can go into like the whole theme of like how we decided to go with this and like that. I feel like that'd be kind of cool too. Yeah, I mean, other than like just us being on BZB, but like we can get into like exactly like how we kind of figure that out.
So what we did was we got in a call because we had this idea for a while, like ever since the original podcast. We were like, you know what, let's do another one, but let's have a little different vibe. You know what I mean? Because originally what we were gonna do, we were gonna go for something completely different in terms of vibe, at least in my head anyway. I was like, we should probably make something a little bit more friendly, a little bit more like, hey guys, you guys can,
not edgy.
Yeah, you guys feel welcome here and all that sort of stuff. You can hop in and you can tell from the background, obviously not very edgy, but we were in a call because we were trying to decide like what kind of vibe we were trying to go for. And we were like, how long were we in that call for? We were in there for like a good while, right?
Yeah, like a couple hours.
And I was BZB'd and I was like, guys, Space Channel 5. And it's like Space Channel 5 is kind of like a Sega game. You guys probably know the character like Ulala. She's from Space Channel 5. And it's
I know her from like other Sega games, not her own game.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you guys have played what was that, like Sega
Sonic Team Racers or whatever.
Sonic Team Racing, Sega Tennis, things like that. You guys probably know Ulala, and the aesthetic for that game is very like sort of what would be described now as like cyber core hyper pop like
Y2K Y2K kind of
cyber core.
Yeah, to us that's just old games. You know what I mean? Like we had no idea really it had a name till we like kind of looked into it and all that, but to us that's just,
I mean, I do think a lot of people,
closest I got was Vaporwave. That's the closest I got.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of people in our age group kind of will understand what we're talking about, other than like just in that old school kind of Sega vibe. They can kind of understand what we're talking about. They grew up on like GameCube and like PlayStation and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. If you guys have ever played like PlayStation 1, GameCube, things like that, you guys know what we're talking about. Like fucking Smash Melee, fucking Space Channel 5, Jet Set Radio, Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 1 kind of vibes. You know what I mean? It's all there.
Yep.
So just like, how can we make that a podcast? Right? Or how how do we fit that in?
I'll have to give it to Moondoggy too, because like I was thinking like this aesthetic is very nice and all, but I don't know how we're gonna incorporate it into like a podcast or whatever. But
yeah, I think he was pretty good with like, even now because I'm getting stuff in Mass too. Mass getting like art from him and myself as well, but like he knows exactly how to incorporate your vision into art. Like something like, I feel like all of us kind of, if you can't draw, you still kind of have that idea in your head. And I think with Moondoggy, he's like that person to kind of like visualize exactly what you're thinking and like kind of draw it on paper.
Yeah. Yep.
And he did that exactly with pretty much everything we asked him to do. So he did a great job.
Like even the day like because I wasn't there for the first conversation you two Master and Augie had with him, but I checked in the chat and I saw like reference pictures he was sending, and I was like yeah, this dude gets it, bro. He gets it. And it's like it's the same. It's just like every idea we threw at him, he just like understood completely and just evolved it. You know what I mean? Like
way more than what we could have probably imagined. And honestly, that's the best part about it.
Yep. It's like with the night cycle thing in the background, you guys have probably noticed already, but it's a lot, bro, and it is crazy. So we have to thank him for that. But yeah, it's finally.
I think the only other thing was other than like the aesthetic of it, the name. I kind of just thought about it from like just pretty much like it had cast in the name, and I know we tried doing like something like with Outcast, and I think that's like was the best kind of decision.
Yeah,
just to have like a
definitely
Castaways, Cast Out, Outcast, synonyms.
It definitely gives that nostalgic sort of vibe, you know. I like it. I think we all enjoy it a lot. But yeah, no, that's the origin story, guys. So if you guys are like
BZB
in the future,
origins.
yeah, if you guys are in the future right now, like I don't know, like 20 episodes in or something like that, and you're curious, like how did these guys come up with such an awesome layout? Well, just come back or whatever, you know. There it is, but yeah, no.
Refer to BZB.
Yep.
I think other than that, that was pretty much like other than like he did the logo, pretty much everything.
Oh, yeah,
like
no, the logo you seen in the intro and everything, like he did that. This guy is insane. So all his stuff is in the description and all that. And I would, to be honest, I'd probably keep it in there all the time. You know, I think we wouldn't have the shit without him. So you know, it'll be there.
Yeah,
check him out. Super talented YouTuber too, as well. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I found his
for
stuff
sure
a while ago.
Yeah, Augie was the one who put us onto him, and I don't want to get into it too much in case he's watching this, so you know he can keep working. But I was telling him, I was like, without a doubt, I think if he keeps at it and he's able to continue pump things out and his channel grows, and you know with that the money comes along with it, so he can really invest more into it. I think he could easily be, without question, like the very tippity top of just Anatu, period.
Mm-hmm.
Like without, because I don't think there's anybody out there that could do what he does from what I've seen, and I keep my eye out for a lot, and it's unique as hell. So
right,
yeah, no, massive props.
But yeah, guys, my bad. I'm eating some right now, but shout out to him, bro. He's he killed it. But
what are you eating, sir?
It's a protein bar, but I don't know if you guys have this brand. It's called Grenade.
No, I haven't had a grenade yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of a grenade in my mouth.
Listen, Grenade. That's what explodes in your mouth, but
all right, bro. All right.
Okay, so 22 grams of protein, and you know, of course, I had to go for the white chocolate, the superior chocolate, guys.
Okay.
Racist.
All right.
No.
Bro's racist with his chocolates, bro.
I'm not racist, I promise.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think throughout these episodes that
we'll see.
We'll see.
No, hold on. No. Okay, there is a thing though. Where energy does have a thing for some of our friends. He has a knack
for being racist.
No. If anything, I was gonna say the opposite. He's into black men, so.
Right.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna
let's expose energies.
We're not gonna get into my sexual deviancy in this podcast. Okay, let's just keep that. Let's just keep that.
Notice how he didn't deny it,
bro. Motherfuckers are gonna watch this. Motherfuckers are gonna watch this group chat. He's like they're gonna not. They're gonna watch the group chat. I'm crazy. They're gonna watch. They're gonna watch this episode. They're gonna be like, this dude wants to be fucking Donald so bad.
Yeah, once the Discord chat gets leaked, it's over.
Oh yeah, good segue. I don't know if you planned that.
Don't speak it into existence.
I may or may not have planned that. I may or may not planned that. Okay.
Yeah, good segue. But so there was a little thing that happened on Twitter.com. Your favorite, headquarters for nonsense.
Mentally unwell people.
And basically what had happened was there was a group of what is commonly known in the industry as e-girls, guys. We don't I don't personally have a problem with those. I think some of them are very
the e-girl group chat got leaked is what we're trying to say.
Yes.
The e-girl
group chat got leaked.
The group chat got leaked. Fucking insert fucking that fucking clip of Leonardo DiCaprio from fucking what's that movie?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street, yeah, where he's getting like
arrested
and shit. But yeah, so that happened, and these are horrible people. Guys, your friends are horrible people. So let me fuel your anxiety for a second. Your friend, no, I'm just kidding. But Yeah.
Essentially, just a bunch of girls on Twitter. They're kind of just like I would describe it as like a mean girl type of personality.
Yeah.
Kind of,
they're the girls that like went to
They're
school and like bullied like the slow kid.
No, that's
that's the vibe they give. That's the vibe. That's the vibe that they give.
The problem is that like in a month or two, it's just gonna be kind of nobody's gonna care.
Yeah.
Oh, that's every sort of. That's every sort of drama. I always say it when it comes to drama like that, people care for like a week or two until they stop getting likes from talking about it, and then they move on. No matter how severe it is, usually, unless it's like the worst of the worst possible. And like I will say,
I mean, even like the EDP stuff though. Like
but
still
to be fair, to be fair, the reason that keeps coming back is because he keeps coming back. You know what I mean? Well, like if he had just disappeared, I think people would have moved on from it. But I feel what you're saying.
He's only gonna last for a couple months anyway. You know, that's gonna you could say that drama will die down in a couple.
Have you seen the one meme? The one meme where it's like kid and EDP smiling and it's like knee failure and it's like crying. And it's no, but going back to the group chat thing, I will say regarding like when group chats leak and stuff like that. You know, if people say like crazy stuff, and I'm saying this because we say some crazy stuff, let's just be honest. Let's not act like we're saints, and nobody should act like they're saints.
Oh yeah,
because they're animals in their group chats.
We're not on a moral high ground here, okay?
Right. However, I will say there is a difference between, you know, making jokes between friends and then genuinely, because in the screenshot, the part that I read and I was like, ooh, yikes, was when they were talking about, what was it? They were basically going to like Photoshop them like saying slurs and stuff like that to defame them and stuff like that. And even though, you know, whether or not they were going to do it or not, we don't know because they kind of got busted, I think, before it was possible. But,
they crossed their head.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between, all right, this is something between friends, and yeah, you could judge and be like, oh, that sense of humor is weird or it's inappropriate, whatever. You weren't in that group chat. It's none of your business. But once it goes into possibly affecting and harming another person's life like that, I think that justified the outrage in my head, at least, when I saw the whole like drama break loose, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, listen.
I think the weird part was the I mean, it's one thing you talk about someone, you know, but then you go and like send a picture and then like you like normalize fat phobia or some stupid shit. Like
I think it's just funny how like people randomly just put anything under their apology letters too.
Yeah, that was the funny part too.
And AI generated?
Yeah, I was about to say one of them was AI generated. At least because the thing is, I wanted to check for myself, and a majority of what she said was like AI generated. So.
Oh, just with some changes. I was telling this to Energy. I was telling this to Energy in a call, but it was like, if one day people get mad at me because I said some wild shit in private, my apology is going to be my bad, and that's it. Like, just imagine that. Someone's like, Twitter long apology is just my bad, period.
I think one of them said that a little more.
Just my bad.
I think no, like they said their apology letter, and then like they saw like the memes and stuff under their letter, and then there's just like an hour later, it's like, lol, my bad.
Yeah. Because me and Mass were talking about, I was like, listen, the whole if someone, I would respect it a whole lot more. That's just a me personally thing. I know a lot of people out here are like internet fucking like Batman, like they think they're vigilantes. They seek justice like everywhere they go, and they expect like a huge like long apology letter. But for me, I would honestly respect someone who did wrong a whole lot more if they just tweeted out, "I'm sorry, my bad." You know what I mean? I made a mistake, my bad.
Fucked up.
Yeah, because to be honest,
everything was true, and I fucked up.
Is a whole lot more sincere, at least to me, than a whole long like twit longer where you're basically pandering and you're trying to like. It's as if like they're in a car and they're like driving headfirst towards the "I'm sorry" and they're doing their best to like drive around it and avoid it and all that sort of shit.
Right, that's a good visual. Yeah.
And they kind of like offset it too. The blend, they're like, "I'm sorry for the tweets I made 7 years ago." Okay. Yeah. Like.
I mean, I do think a lot of it is to save their ass, but I do think it does take a lot of people to. It does take something like huge like this for people to really like understand. Because I know for most of us, I mean, most of us watching this video or listening has something in a group chat they said, and they just like if that got leaked, they'd be like, "Oh my bad, I'm sorry." And they're like,
yeah, of course.
Everybody's got something under, like, it's the same people putting the memes that have the same shit in the group chat. So that's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, they just have nothing to lose because they don't have a platform. But like I'm definitely on board with energy because I've seen like when someone does an apology video and it's like 30 minutes long of them going into their life story and bringing up stuff that's completely irrelevant to the action that they did. It's like, all right, bro, this is a sob story. I get that you want the people to know that you're a human that made a mistake. But, you know, it's the internet. People aren't going to care. I remember when PewDiePie did his little mess up. I respected the apology he did afterwards. It was just short, to the point. Listen, my bad. I shouldn't have said that thing. You know, my apologies. I completely messed up.
I got hit.
It was just straight and to the point. Yeah, he didn't go into my dad used to beat me as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you said the hard ER on stream. That has nothing to do with how your father beat you. That is two completely different things.
Yeah. So That is the funniest thing. It's like, I mean, I know this is kind of like a bit like sadistic from an outsider's perspective when something bad like this happens to somebody, but it's like the funniest part, at least for me, is you've got to laugh at like when they try and scramble to try and like come up with any excuse possible just to cover themselves.
And then,
you know what I mean?
And then didn't they're like literally as soon as they made their apology, somebody leaked their Discord messages and they're like, I don't care. I really don't actually care.
Right, yeah. That was ooh.
The Discord chat also got indeed leaked along with it. And they were like,
I want to know who was the leaker.
Who did they allow in?
Yeah, they definitely had a double agent.
Yeah, they had a
double agent.
Yeah, someone must have like invited someone that was like super inactive in one of those chats, and they just had like a Winter Soldier sleeper moment where they just woke up and started fucking like screenshotting all that shit. But,
bet.
The Discord messages you were saying like they were the day of or the day before, right?
Yeah, around.
Some of them were trying to apologize for something back at it in 2017, but damn well no, like that shit was just yesterday when you were saying that shit. So
yeah, I mean, listen, man, it's like they don't care, bro. They don't care. They don't care at all, and
neither will the Sims in a couple weeks because they'll still be
no. That's the thing. It's like we're joking and all that right now about how like they about how like, you know, they're making these big apologies and it just seems all dire and everything for them right now. Give it like a couple months. Give it maybe a couple months and everything will be back to normal. They'll post a picture of whatever and then like the brainwashed fucking fans in the comments will be like, oh, boobies, and then just like go crazy. You know what I mean? But
it's funny because it takes me. It's funny because it takes you back to the because one of the girls was the lady that quote unquote exposed Heavenly. So
wait, what?
Like, yeah, so it kind of takes you back and it's like, was she credible all this time, or you know, it kind of like.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I didn't know that. One of them was the head. Oh, it's all connected.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, that whole situation was really odd, and you know, I've always been of the belief it's very smart to just wait things out because I never want to jump on a person who's innocent. But I said this, and Energy said this too. His biggest mistake during that whole situation was going live and talking. That was idiotic. Yeah. It was idiotic because, bro, like, and it was the same thing with a situation that happened recently where it's like, listen, the best thing you could do when it's something legal involved like that, if you know you're innocent, make a public statement through text and then say you're going to get this resolved legally, right? Because that turned into a whole mess of he said, she said, and then Griffey got involved, and then people, like I said, people stopped caring after 2 weeks, despite the fact that they were trying to manhunt this guy.
What were you saying that one time? Like, this is like or I think it might have been Energy. It was like, that was like the one thing that pierced Griffey's armor or whatever.
Yeah, it was the one because people were waiting for something to just bash on Griffey, bro. I know Twitter was waiting for the one time Griffey slipped up from all the jokes and like stuff in his videos. They were waiting for it, and they finally got it with the whole Heavenly thing. And after 2 weeks, people just stopped caring. Like, it's you know. And it was also a thing too with that situation where you already had an internet personality who was already heavily disliked, so he needed to be extra careful with everything that he said and did, and he just that whole. But that's so interesting. Wow, I didn't know that one. That's crazy. Yep. That is That is.
I didn't know either, and then I went to Makai. I was like, Makai, is this the same lady? Because to me, the e-girls have like the same username. I don't know. It's just like there's so many of them that they just all have the same username and like same layout and everything. So I'm like, is this the same girl? He's like, yep. I'm like, oh damn. Now it kind of like begs the question of her credibility. But I mean, not really, but whatever.
I suppose.
Right.
To clarify, we don't hate any of these women. Like, we don't hate you guys.
No.
I for one, and
it's just funny.
I partake in the e-girl content. Okay, I'm a consumer.
I'm a witness to that. I'll scroll through my timeline, and every like horny thing I see is just liked by energy, liked by energy, liked by energy, liked by energy, liked by energy.
You should see his you might like section or whatever that is.
The Sonic thing. The Sonic thing.
First of all, if you guys want to check through, no, because you like games of Sonic, and then the artwork comes in. It's like you might like this, and it's just.
Sonic porn.
No, Sonic getting piped by Shadow. Let's just call it what it was. Sonic was getting back shots. All right.
Want to do something foolish?
Gave him those back shots.
I'll censor what it was. It's fucking it was fan art of fan art. It was art of Sonic being by Shadow. Okay, I will censor that.
Alright.
I'll censor that. But it was definitely a shock to me. It was
a shock. A shock. He says, even though it was in his bookmarks, a shock.
It wasn't a bookmark.
Wait, Energy was bookmarked, bro? Oh, man.
No. Listen, I'll defend Energy though. The you might like thing is incredibly sus because, like, okay, so we all saw the Puss in Boots movie and how like great that was, and so obviously Death was sick as hell. So I've been liking almost every art that I've seen of Death because they're super cool. So then this you might like thing appears, and it's like who wins, and it was Death versus who was the main villain of Kung Fu Panda, the first one? Tai Lung. Yeah. So it was Death versus Tai Lung. Who wins? And then the quote retweet was like, "Are they covered in oil or something?" And I'm just like, "Why is this on you might like? Like what?
Hey, you might like it. Did you like
it? Nah, bro. I like Death, but listen, covered in oil, Tai Lung. But anyways, look, the I like Death. No, but yeah, no, I don't know them. For us, the main thing that threw me off with Twitter, and like I had the app for a little bit, then I deleted and went right back to like the website version, which I always use when I'm on Twitter, is because of the whole views thing. Like that was so stupid. I don't know. There's just a lot recently that's just been real dumb with that. But yeah, you might like things.
I like what they were doing with Puss in Boots, like the splash animation in general. I know that's kind of like off topic, but like to me, like what was it kind of had like a Spider-Verse vibe. You know,
yeah, a lot of people were saying that. Yeah,
it was like very like paint splash, like like I don't know. I like that shit a lot.
Yeah,
more animations are going towards that, and I like it too.
Yeah. What was the last DreamWorks film that they did that on? I don't know.
The Bad Guys.
It had to been like some. Was a DreamWorks film?
Yep.
Energy, the animation and movie encyclopedia.
Knows every. Literally knows everything. Oh, Bad Guys, right.
That's what happens when you don't have a job, bro. You just know everything.
Just know everything.
Yep. But
give us a fun fact.
A fun fact. I put me on the spot now. Shit.
Yeah. Come on, you got it. No pressure.
I do want to talk about.
No pressure. Hurry up.
Another new episode comes out like an hour or so, but I want to talk about The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I think like in given time, I think that's probably been the most A1 adaptation just from a game to a show, because most of the time just nothing's faithful these days.
Yeah. I mean, I think people are kind of like jumping the gun with that, because we've had some pretty good video game adaptations before, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What was the last one? Like Uncharted? I don't think that was.
Oh hell no! Like, Sonic 2 was good. Sonic 2 was a great adaptation of.
But I wouldn't say it's. I wouldn't say it's like a direct like adaptation, because there was some like different things, you know.
Yeah.
What in the Last of Us or?
No, Sonic.
Listen, I will say that.
How did you get to Sonic?
Energy brought it up. Sonic.
Oh, like Sonic 2, like the live action from like what? For Adventure 3 or not Adventure 3.
Because I mean, like, listen, it's based on Sonic 3. You know what I mean? There's hardly exactly the fucking the most like intense narrative.
That's the Sonic and Knuckles one, right?
Yeah. But they did their best, you know, and they did it pretty well, and they paid some pretty good attention to detail.
Yeah, but in comparison though to like,
I mean,
how
I get that.
In terms of
they're literally adapting it one for one as if it is the game.
I'm just saying, like, we're kind of starting to phase out of the whole like mindset of video game adaptations are starting to fucking suck. You know what I mean? We're kind of getting
it's like back then when movie games were shitty. Now they're well, actually they don't make movie games anymore, but
I hope that's just the same with anime adaptations, with like the One Piece live action, for example. Like,
I hope that thing flops. I hope it flops and breaks all your heart.
I hope it
fails. I hope it flops.
I think it will be. I really do. This is not cope or anything, and just because it's One Piece, but I do think like the team behind that, every single casting director, just director, producer in general, like they're such huge fans of One Piece, including the cast itself. So
hey, the Bleach live action was a solid 5 out of 10. So 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
Like most of these things are cash grabs, and Oda does work 1-to-1 with like he's really close to the live action and just working with the directors and stuff. So I do think everything goes through him, whether if it's approved or not.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm just don't. If you're ever into a series, just make sure I'm not into that series as well. They never get anything good ever. Anything like as a little kid, my favorite video game franchise was Mortal Kombat. You know how god awful all of the Mortal Kombat movies are. You know how god awful all of them, bro, all of them.
Okay, even though.
The first one was alright.
Even though the new one isn't exactly the greatest adaptation in the world, like using like a canon main character. Oh, not Canberra.
They made plot armor the character.
Yeah, exactly.
As the protagonist of the movie.
Plot armor of the character. But listen, I actually think that was a pretty good movie, despite it being not exactly a pitch perfect adaptation. I think Mortal Kombat was still a pretty good movie. The new one.
It was visually like satisfying, and the choreography was great. Don't get me wrong, like it was dope. But my boy, like, come on, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a fan of the story of Mortal Kombat, despite the recent NetherRealm stuff being a headache. You know, it's like, bro, I never understood making this whole new story when you have it right there. You have it right there. Just follow that. It's not hard. Just follow that. You know, but visually, it was very satisfying. Like the very first movie was all right. The second movie is probably one of the worst movies ever. The second Mortal Kombat movie that came out back in the 90s, probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Wait, there's another one?
Yeah.
Well, there were 2 movies back in the 90s. Yeah.
Which one is it where like the CGI is super like horrendous?
The second one where Shao Kahn turns into like a 4-headed penis dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, for some reason, even though that's not a thing in the games at all. But that one sucks. So no, terrible. So yeah, adaptations, lovely, absolutely great.
Yeah.
Do we have another topic?
I typed in show instead of Shao Kahn.
Whoa.
Type in what?
Bleep that out.
You realized what he just said?
Yo, bleep that out.
Yeah, let me make sure to
timestamp that. Timestamp that.
Let me make sure to beat that part.
He's gonna make sure that shit gets censored.
Okay, bro. I did. God damn. God, fuck. Holy shit.
Look, we were talking about people's group chats getting leaked. Well, here's a preview of our group chat.
Yeah.
But I can't wait till we have. I can't wait till one day we have Will we ever have Nightly as a guest?
Yes.
Oh yes, for sure. We've had Nightly before.
And we can't censor him.
I think some of the funniest episodes we had on the other podcast was with Nightly and with Ryan. Because with Ryan,
I saw that intro. Energy showed me recently y'all's old clips where he just literally doxes everyone, and then he gets doxed, and it's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
I think
Nightly has to be on here, but he can't be censored.
No, but listen, I have to. But the thing is, if we have Nightly on, I'll be editing that episode for legit like a month, because I'll just be like going through like everything he says. I'll just have to censor like almost everything probably.
They won't even know his voice. They'll just know him by like the bleep censor sound effect.
Yeah. Oh
man.
But
all right, do we have any other topics in mind?
What's a question? If you guys, I saw this tweet a while ago, but since we're talking about this, I suppose I'll ask because it's a fun little question. If you guys had an unlimited budget, right? Don't worry about money. Do not worry about money, bro. You have infinite money. What is one video game you'd turn into a movie or a TV series, like a live action, and adapt it like?
The Elder Scrolls series.
That's cool.
Oh, hold up. Yeah, I saw that video. I want you to watch that. But damn, that's a good question. For some reason, off the top of my mind, I want to see Jack and Dexter, or even like Kingdom Hearts get like a live adaptation that's good. But I don't know. I saw what's his name, Matt Ramos, say like the How to Train Your Dragon shit. Everybody was cooking for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love Matt
I can see that too. That was pretty cool.
I do think there are a lot of series that you should just keep. I think Berserk would be cool, but
it's not a game.
Like, oh wait, we're talking about games?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
make the Berserk game a movie.
It has a game, but that's an adaptation of the. All right, bro. Listen, it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
See, look, the Elder Scrolls, bro, has so much lore and shit behind it. Like, it's not even done, and like, same with Fallout. You could do Fallout, but I'm not a big Fallout guy. But
listen, if they kept the premise of Fallout and made it into a show like Last of Us, bro, it'd be so popular.
Yeah, that would.
Are they still making that Jason Momoa Minecraft movie?
What? What?
Yeah,
that's a thing.
They're making a Jason Momoa Minecraft movie. Yeah.
Is he Steve? Is he Steve?
Jason Momoa has been cast as Steve and Warner Bros. I'm pretty sure it's Warner Bros. But they're making
now hold up, wait a minute. Y'all have to be. This is like when they cast Tom Holland for everything. Like, there's no way. Like,
check it.
He can look like Steve though.
Jason Momoa can look like
Yes, but he can. Give him short hair. He literally looks like Steve.
Give him short hair. Give him that blue shirt and those pants. He'd be good.
Bro, he legit looks like Steve.
I like how the block his head. No.
Yeah, they'll just turn his head into a big like meat block.
Will he get a pickaxe?
It would be good, like as a Last of Us show.
I want to see Jason Momoa's reaction when getting coal as Diamond.
Bro,
imagine it gets blown up by a creeper. Will he respawn?
Right. Oh my goodness. I can't really think of any games that I would want in the current moment, just because like the only games I really play are the Soulsborne ones, and those are like good. Nah, it's just it'd be a little difficult because like the way I don't know. I don't know.
What was told is you have to go to everything. Like you have to
you have to go to everything, and part of the like charm of those games is it doesn't feed you the information for the sake of pacing in a show. I think you could get away with maybe like Bloodborne if you turned Bloodborne into a horror. You could get away with Elden Ring to certain degrees because it's more cinematic.
You could still do that with like just following the protagonist, figure everything out.
Elden Ring. The thing is, though, is the protagonist. There is no protagonist. That's the point. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, by instantly having a set character with a personality, it wouldn't fit. Sekiro, you could do.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's different for every player.
I had read.
Yeah.
Then you can just watch it from someone else's perspective. Like if you're watching a walkthrough.
You could do like the story of Artorias, maybe. Mm-hmm. Like you could do like the lore of the bosses, maybe.
Yeah.
No, but like I'm saying, like you watch a walkthrough, like you can like you're obviously watching the creator's like personality. I feel like that would be the same for like the actor. No.
I'd read a while ago actually when Elden Ring had first came out that because of the popularity, Bandai had wanted to push it outside of the video game sphere. So like a TV show about like the characters and bosses in Elden Ring, the whole backstory to that would go hard. I think it would be.
It's like Matt said.
I kind of want to.
Elden Ring could work
because it's cinematic. The only thing would be the visuals.
It's kind of like flipping the opposite because obviously, like Fallen Order is like based off of Star Wars, but like if you're technically that's its own story. So taking that from the game and getting a live action.
I'm sure we'll see Cal in the shows and movies.
Like Star Wars.
I was gonna say I think it's not impossible to see Cal Kestis in like a Disney Plus show.
He will be. 100%. He will be in the show.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Especially because they already got the actor and everything. So
yeah.
Yep.
Since y'all are on that, because I'm familiar with the franchise, but I'm not like super mega familiar with it. Knights of the Old Republic, is that originally from a book, or is that like a game that was like the stuff with Revan and all that?
That's from the game.
I think it's from the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so if Revan,
that's why it's so critically acclaimed, because like all those like characters.
Right.
I mean, maybe they're definitely in comics for sure.
A Darth Revan movie would be amazing. Make him like please. Darth Revan would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
Into a film.
Yeah.
See, Disney
probably doesn't have any limits for that, so.
Disney has like a grip on Star Wars. They're gonna make all these characters eventually. They're gonna have their own shows or appear in a show.
Mm-hmm.
I could see.
It's just like because like the things like the comics and the games and all that, they're a little bit darker. Disney don't really want to touch that with like a 10-foot barge pole. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to touch those type of characters. You know what I mean? Unless they have to like water them down completely. And then people
they will.
And then people complain, and then it's just a whole big thing, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's sad.
But that's a little odd though, because I mean, respectfully, like Darth Vader is a pretty dark story, you know, when you think about it. I mean, obviously it's not yeah. Like those are, mind you, they're not presented with the most, you know, because the whole lightsaber thing, it kind of like just burns the wound, so you don't have much blood and guts, right? So the how explicit it can be shown is different. But you know, the story of Vader's like really, really dark. But I get what you mean. Like Disney would be scared to do that sort of thing. I don't know if you had another topic in mind, but I
was gonna say now, like they would 100% would not do it. I know for a fact they wouldn't. Like now they wouldn't.
And if they would, it'd be like a fucking Obi-Wan Ahsoka show kind of thing, where it's like not really anything crazy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right, gotcha. I was just gonna say, because like we're on like the Marvel Disney thing, sort of on the complete opposite side. Is it like, because I know Energy, you know this for sure, and I heard about this, but I don't know if it's true. So I thought it'd be an appropriate time to ask here: do they really like reboot everyone but keep Ezra Miller?
Okay, that
for DC.
Okay, that is.
I think it's just part. I think part of it though is just because they're trying to reboot the universe as a lot of younger characters, and obviously Ezra Miller looks young. I mean, of course, like the whatever he's going through mentally and stuff. I guess they've seen progress in it.
Well, it's what he's doing physically is the problem.
Yeah,
but I mean, there's still
the cliff notes to that is Warner Bros. Apparently considered keeping him, but with the way things going right now. They're recasting people like Henry Cavill. They're recasting Shazam. They're recasting.
I'm also saying that's because of his age. Wait, they were
crazy. They even considered that.
I mean, it's not just like with Superman. It's a little different because James Gunn had said he wants to write a story about a younger Superman, and I feel like, you know, you're rebooting all these characters. Like Ben Affleck's not coming back. Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot's not coming back. Jason Momoa is apparently not playing Aquaman anymore, but he's going to be a different character. Lobo is who's rumored. Yeah, it's like
that's solid.
It'd be a bit weird if they kept other people. You know what I mean? It'd be weird, and it wouldn't make sense. And I feel like, you know what I mean? It's just it wouldn't really fit. You know,
it's a shame. It's a shame, but it's necessary. It's necessary for the greater creative direction that they need to take. Mm-hmm. Like you can't keep the Man of Steel storyline and try and tie that in with what he's doing with Batman. Like it would just be too, which is a shame because Henry Cavill is.
But it's funny you mention this because this will be going out on a Monday, so they said they'll be announcing a new DC slate. January, and tomorrow or Monday is the 30th. So
got it. Okay.
If they
we were just talking about that,
yeah. If they don't announce it now, they probably just forgot, or there's some issues. But yeah, nah, it's dumb. I think, to be honest, if they were to keep Ezra Miller, because people don't like him, they actually did consider, not putting Flash out. But they ended up realizing that was a dumb idea because the Warner Bros. Are like, they don't have a lot of money right now. They could only afford to put out 2 theatrical releases last year, one of which was Black Adam, and The Rock actually cooked the books for that movie. Like he actually by law committed financial fraud for that movie. So not really looking too good for their corner right now. But you know, they'll make their money.
Yeah, It's probably. I mean, it's already 6 over here. I guess filler time zone, but I think.
Wait.
Out, right?
Wait. They only had 2. Wait. So what's the Batman under then?
Matt Reeves? Wait, what are you talking about?
I
know people are talking about having the Batman being the James Gunn's new like vision for DC, but that's only a rumor right now.
No, I'm asking that's under Warner Bros. Though, isn't it?
No. After the beginning of the year, or after the Batman had came out and all that, like they could only afford to put out 2 more movies. Like they could only afford to put out Black Adam, and there was another movie. I think it was that Matilda musical or something like that. I don't remember, but it was
Matilda musical.
It was one of those movies, and they could only afford to put out the both of them, and they both did. One of which did really well. I think the Matilda thing actually did really well, but Black Adam, ticket sales were like that's a crazy ass story, by the way, with The Rock like cooking. So what he did was he lied to Warner Bros. Him and his team, his production team, and all that. Lied.
Is that confirmed? Though? Is that all?
Yeah, that happened.
Okay.
And he after that, he unfollowed every Black Adam account, and did not promote the Blu-ray release at all. And then when someone asked him, "Did you unfollow Black Adam?" he was like, "No, bro, I didn't even unfollow. I didn't even follow the accounts to begin with," which is bullshit, by the way, because he was so into Black Adam. Like you guys remember, like every time he was on camera, he would always say that corny shit where it was like, the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. It's like, dude, it's just no shame, zero shame. I fuck with that though, you know. Keep.
Man, you got Ezra Miller, you got The Rock, bro. That's a.
Keep rocking it up.
Man, that's like.
You got Amber Heard.
All right, bro. Okay. Oh, Amber
Heard's not after this movie though, and they took a lot of her scenes out, but they can't just like take out the whole movie.
What other like strange person do they have? Gal Gadot, she's a weirdo.
Jared Leto.
Yes.
Oh wait, no man, he's Joker too.
Joker.
How do you feel about what's his name? Barry Keoghan? Keegan? I don't know his name.
Keoghan.
Same.
He's cool. I just don't.
As the Joker,
Jared Leto.
Yeah, he's cool.
The Rock and Ezra Miller walk into a bar.
Yeah.
The bar fight is gonna be instigated by Ezra Miller. Yo, what would you do if you're on like a trip to Hawaii and you go to the bar and you see a drunk Ezra Miller there? What would you do,
bro?
I'm leaving the bar.
I heard that. I heard they're not making the next. Or not heard, but like with how Matt Reeves, because didn't Matt Reeves just pick up a new film, or he's doing something else now too? The Batman won't come out until like 2025.
I mean, I'd prefer it, you know, quality over quantity and all that. You know, take your time with that movie. You know what I mean? The first one took 5 years.
The first one.
So.
5 years? Oh fuck.
So you know.
I feel like. That's easy to set up for.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like the first movie, but after that, I mean, actually no, because I mean, Avatar did that with what, like 11 years, 9 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to wait that long. You know what I mean? I'm not like.
I mean, they're already done with the third one.
Yo, wait.
It's crazy.
It's come out like next year.
It's crazy. We were just talking about this, and I'll say this again. I don't mean to bring down the mood for anyone watching this, but we were just talking about this and how long like the MCU is gonna go. And this is just a news flash. This is like a reality check. Everyone who's watching this video, you will never see the end of the MCU. You'll be dead by the time that, and it'll still go.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually.
I mean,
we're gonna be on.
Probably reset the universe.
Yeah,
but
they'll probably go through a reboot. But I promise, guys, listen, you will never see the end of the MCU, and we will.
I mean, as long as we get that before we die, I'm sure that's fine, because you're kind of your whole story, the whole journey. Like
we seen the best part anyway, Thanos and all, you know.
Listen, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like when I'm like 70 years old, like shitting myself in fucking like adult diapers and everything, I'll look at my grandkids. I'll be like,
all right, bruh.
I'll be like, I saw the defeat of Thanos in movie theaters.
And Kang.
I mean, I still kind of have hope for Secret Wars and stuff. Like I think that will probably.
Kang is a cool dude.
Game.
Yeah, Kang is cool. MCU, looks okay right now. You know,
I heard that there was a what was it? I don't know fucking what source it was, but that there's gonna be something in Ant-Man that like hasn't been. You probably already know because you read everything, but they haven't been marketing this big character.
right? Yeah, it's a guy that Bill Murray's gonna play. I don't know who he is in the movie. I just know he's in it.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray?
Yeah.
What is he?
Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah. Is it gonna be a big? You know the character?
Or is that like? I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna be real. This is how much I don't give a fuck about that movie. The entire script leaked and I still did not read it. I just don't care. I do not care about that movie because I've seen it already.
I just need Loki back, bro.
We've seen the entire movie. It's called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania Trailer 1.
Trailer 1.
Yeah,
that is true.
Like that trailer practically showed you the whole movie, and that's what I was saying. I was saying this to Mass the other day. I was like, they better be hiding something fucking huge, man. If they're showing
they have
that
to.
Much. You know what I mean?
They have to because they literally showed Ant-Man and fucking Kang fighting each other. Like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. So it better be something crazy.
And then MODOK's there too. Like, what?
Yeah. MODOK doesn't look great.
He looks like a. Well, he does look ugly to begin with, anyway. But you know,
MODOK's kind of like the MCU's like, I was gonna say the MCU's Doom. I was gonna say Marvel's Doom, but Doom is also Marvel, and they've messed him up horribly.
What?
MODOK has every time he's been in, apart from the cartoon, even then, like, not great. Every time MODOK's been adapted, like Marvel's Avengers, the game, horrible adaptation of the character, absolutely fucking diabolical. And then you take a look. I was gonna say a massive ass spoiler. I can't say that. I forgot we're not in Discord.
Wait for what?
The MCU-ified him
for who MODOK actually is. But,
oh yeah.
Yeah, no, not great. So MODOK has been taking L's. That also reminds me, man. I wish Yoko was here because I could have talked to him about this and relished in the pain. But they shut down the Marvel's Avengers server, and I paid like $69.99 for that game. That was a pretty penny. So
a decent amount.
Yeah, out, bro. When I played that game, bro, it was such a bad port to PC. Maybe it was just because I had a fuck ass PC at the time, but
nah,
it was such a horrible port to PC. I could not. It was almost unplayable online. It was so bad.
Not to mention that shit was boring.
Mm-hmm. You know what sucks? Because I don't know. I don't think Mass played it, but I know Augie and Alex and we played the beta. Or I think you guys played the first beta.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell that right at the beginning of that game, it wanted to be something so different at the very beginning, especially early on in development. They wanted it to be so different, and then like you get like maybe like a chunk of the way in, and it's like boom, games as a service. It was a battle pass away from being like, for me actually like wanting to. I was gonna say I wanted to KYS, but yeah, nah, it was bad. So I think we've talked about Marvel. Marvel bad.
Yeah.
Marvel
mid, Marvel decent.
Marvel mid, DC mid. Read comics.
DC shitter.
Yeah.
In terms of the movie, does have like kind of an advantage though to see how the process with
Oh yeah, they do now.
Oh, they got a fresh start now.
They do. Yeah, they have a fresh start, so they can actually. I don't know. It might be DC's time to overcome Marvel.
You guys see the KSI thing going on?
What? What's that?
No, I saw a tweet about it, but I didn't bother to see what happened. Was it?
He didn't investigate.
Yeah.
So basically, people are mad for KSI making a whole long like kind of documentary type clip. I mean, I only saw a couple of clips, but it seems to be like a whole big sort of like documentary type episode where he basically publicly humiliates his dad for like beating him when he was younger. And I'm kind of torn on the fence because
his dad really just looks like Deji. Oh my god, I'm fault. It just looks like Deji just older.
But like, basically, what people were saying is that like KSI was soft and he was like a bad guy for putting his dad on blast for disciplining him when he was younger. But we had this conversation the other day, and it's like, beating your kid isn't really discipline, though. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, I hate old motherfuckers that go, yeah, back in my day, we used to fucking grab tree branches and hit our kids. Like, okay, yeah, like bro, that's people, abuse.
There was people in the replies to that tweet basically saying that KSI was a bitch because like there was some dude that said, my old man like beat me around and strangled me with a telephone cable. Like, bro, you got abused. That's not discipline, bro.
You were abused,
bro. Like,
right? Yeah. I was saying this during the conversation with Energy because I was definitely raised old school, Hispanic parents and all that. And it's, you know, my parents, they were, I will never judge 20 years of parenthood over, you know, 1 or 2 times where they might have taken it too far. But for the most part, I do think occasionally, like we were talking about this, there's a difference between spanking and like a slap across the head once versus like beating. Those are two very different things, because the reality of it is yes, you want to talk to your kid and you want to tell them why what they did was wrong. But let's be honest, sometimes the only consequence that someone can understand is pain. And the idea of discipline is, listen, I'm making you understand that there's a consequence to this action while you were young, because once you are an adult, I can no longer physically punish you, but you might go on to do things to where the law will punish you, right? So there is a huge difference, and I didn't see again the clip, so I can't speak on it, right? And to what extent JJ, you know, went into speaking about that, but he's in every right, you know, he's in every right financially. If from what I'm aware of, him and Deji financially have been more than gracious with their parents. You know what I mean? And I think now as a man, he should be in every right to express, yeah, my dad did this, and that, and he crossed the line. I don't know what the relationship is, or if he expressed like, you know, I still love my dad and, you know, I still respect my father, but in these areas he went too far. But no, I get what Energy says in terms of like being on the fence, right? Because it is, I think the level should be equal to whatever they did. Like, for example, like if my mom would always tell me like she would see sometimes other mothers who were also Hispanic, like their kid would throw up, or their kid would ask for food or something like that, and the mom would hit them, and it's like, what the heck are you doing? Like, that's a natural thing. They didn't do anything wrong. But if I remember one time in public, I like was trying to get my mom's attention. I got so frustrated, I like screamed her real name. I got flashbang slapped. Like, so you know that slap across the ear where it's ringing? It's like,
you're like, damn,
everything's muffled.
Like,
damn. She was like, don't you ever disrespect me like that again. That's a little different, you know? There's a difference between punishing for disrespect or something criminally wrong versus, oh, they just made a mistake.
Got on my nerves.
Like that. Yeah, they got on my nerves, and I got to let out my anger, you know? Yeah. No parent's perfect, but, you know, I definitely don't think have kids, but, yeah.
In conclusion, beat your kids, guys.
Every now and then. Every rare occasion, a little slap across the face doesn't hurt nobody.
Just a reminder.
Yeah.
Just a reminder.
Just a reminder, yeah.
Just a little love tap in the back of the head, you know? But you don't do that. Yeah. But that's the thing.
I didn't see the video, so
can't say much. But the thing I mentioned yesterday, it's like, we talk about like smacking your kid and shit as a form of discipline, but like, in my eyes, when you do that to a kid, like you're not teaching them what's right and wrong by doing that. You're just making them scared of you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, at least from what
I mean, sure, you might like.
It's like,
I'm sure you might like learn from that, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you do something wrong, like in your adolescence or whatever, and you get like hit for it, a lot of the time the parents won't take the time out to describe what you did wrong and why that's wrong.
Right.
And instead of that, they'll just like kick your ass.
Don't question me.
Yep, they'll kick your ass, and you'd have no reason, you have no explanation as to why what you did was wrong, and they'll just beat you anyway. And then that in your head you'll be like, I can't do that or I'll get beat, instead of knowing what you did was wrong and why it was wrong. You know what I mean? It's weird, you know what I mean? If any soon to be parents or whatever watching this, do not beat your children, bro.
Yeah, don't use a telephone pole to strangle your kid.
Yeah, don't whip your kids with telephone cables and shit.
Right, a little slap here there ain't hurt nobody, but it is important to especially as they get older to communicate, right? Because it's just like you said, it's like you need there needs to be that attempt for them to understand the long-term severity of what they might be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the important thing. So I've always been grateful with that from my parents. Is before I even got in trouble. Right, because sometimes I feel like kids can resent that. Like their parents only ever talk to them once they get in trouble. I was like, gee, this would have been nice to know beforehand, right? But it's like I appreciate that talk beforehand, and even afterwards when I messed up as to like this is why you don't do X, Y, or Z. So yeah.
Another thing I think parents should like do is reward, because a lot of parents, they just discipline and this is wrong, but they don't really reward a kid when they do something good. They're like, okay, that's what's expected of you. But
I mean, I got rewarded when I did good things. I mean, the only other thing.
Yeah, but not everybody. I don't know, like
something you desire, man.
Like McDonald's, McDonald's after.
Yeah, like McDonald's. Yeah,
go get McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
The reward.
Yeah.
Fucking smack.
You probably
that's the reward for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But even then,
that's a good thing.
Say you're a little tight on money for something, although McDonald's is like, come on, but sometimes you don't, I think if anything more important than that is to let them know emotionally that you are proud of them.
Yeah.
To me, that goes
what you did was
than
right.
anything.
It doesn't have to be a reward, but it could be like, okay, what you did was right. That's good. Good
I mean, it's just how old. I feel like at that point, it's just how old you are.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Shit, I don't give a fuck if my mom hugged me when I was 7 years old. I wanted the new Bakugan. Like,
Right. It's like even though like the little ass kids, I mean, like if they do something and you're like you're teaching them like, yeah, this is a good thing to do, or like you're proud of them, whatever. Give them some like pocket money, bro. Like chore money, or like let them off with their chores one day or some shit. You know what I mean? Like simple shit like that. But,
I will say though, this might be a little incriminating, but I will say though, and I know it's not just me, so don't everybody paint me as the villain. When you're out in public at like a grocery store or something, right? Because like I'll always try and accompany my mom when she goes to the grocery store. I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
When you see some little brat screaming back at their mom on like some disrespectful shit, bro, I get this like twitch in my left hand. And
let me hit
like all my Puerto Rican neurons are like smack the white out of this kid. Like please smack the disrespect out this boy. Like bro, I hate like bro. You are not yelling at your mom in the middle of a grocery store, and I know she's not doing nothing about it. Like I know this isn't what I'm saying. Ooh, that shit get me tight. I'm sorry. You could continue now.
Jonathan, you're not supposed to do that. Like bro, hit that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. You ever see parents have a kid on a leash?
Oh, dude, all the time.
I've seen that once in my life
over here. All the time over here. I see kids on leashes and like, oh my god, it's
now that is some shit right there.
It's weird. It's so weird, bro.
Like,
I can't describe
like,
it.
bro, y'all like Mad Max like level talking right now. Like this is some like post-apocalyptic.
Like where the kids feral, like
you've never
foam coming out their mouth and shit.
Never. Well, I mean, I don't really go outside like that, so I don't really know. But like, I've never seen that before. Is it like an actual like leash, like around their neck?
Yes,
No. It's not around the neck. It's around the body.
Oh, yeah, it's around the body.
Oh,
I've seen a leash on like the
kid got rabies or some shit
on the neck. Oh nah, bro. Listen, if you have to put your kid on a leash for them to stay put, at that point, smack them. It's less humiliating.
Where do you even get something like that on Amazon? Like, or you have to like kind of like get a sex toy or some shit. Like,
I'm kind of scared to look that up, like child leash. Like I'm scared, like FBI is gonna the FBI.
And they're like, what the fuck? Is that like at one TikTok? What the fuck? Yeah, class. Let's make sure we're actually reading the questions before we answer.
Like, bruh, oh my god, son. But
just imagine the kid going like feral on all fours, like. Yeah. Biting everything that they come in contact with. The lady has her kid on a leash.
Get them a muzzle and shit.
Yeah.
Aww.
I have seen it before, but like, yeah, it's usually on like around the body, and they kind of just get tossed around.
Always blue. It's always blue too. It's always blue for some reason. Every time I've seen one. Yeah, no, but oh goodness.
The friendly child colors either blue or pink, you know.
Yeah, right. Can't go wrong.
Speaking of blue or pink. real quick, because I know Energy, you have another topic. Have you seen like that one gender reveal the one girl did where she like farted this blue powder?
Wait, what?
she was just laying on the ground and she just goes, and it's this blue powder she had in her butt, and then everyone's cheering and like, woo! Bro, that video went viral, bro. You didn't see the video? That kid. I pray to the Lord Almighty that kid never finds that video, bro. Look it up, gender reveal. Look it up. It should pop up like gender reveal fart, and it's like you'll see
gender reveal fart.
It's just this giant blue cloud that emanates from her butt after she farts, bro. It's so funny. It's so stupid.
Reveal.
That's something Energy would send. Like, yo, look at this video.
That's why I didn't send it. I knew it would be weird and out of character if I sent that.
Wait, I have seen this. Yes.
You saw
is it the one where she's like laying on her stomach?
Laying on the stomach. Yeah. There's a whole GIF now of it. Oh,
I don't even want to see that, bro.
No, I'm gonna send it. You beat.
Was it farting?
Can we stop talking about farts now, please?
Please. Energy usually so eager to talk about this.
You get it turned on or something?
All right, hold on. I'll send it.
Would you rather we talk about feet?
No, bro.
All right, bro.
He probably would.
Anyways, next topic. But go ahead, Augie. Watch that.
I want to talk about hand holding and going
on
dates and all that. You know what I mean? Not farts.
Damn, I'm gonna have to. All
right, Energy. Listen, you're not gonna lie to the people. Like you're some wholesome guy. We're not gonna lie like that, all right? Yeah. Who do you want us in here to hold your hand?
Anybody who knows me in real life knows I'm a wholesome guy.
Shit. They don't know the real you then.
I don't like the I don't like the window of silence that followed that. Like,
yeah, as soon as a girl puts a hand on your hand, bro, she's gonna move it straight to your neck. We know you want that, bro.
No, bro.
They were like, "Yo, let me introduce you to my Gip suit."
No, the thing is though, is like every like the most insane like stuff, like the most insane shit that gets sent to like our like group thing, whatever. It's always you. Always. It's always you. Yes, it is. It's always you. And then like the memes are from Nightly. I literally saw a meme from Nightly where Squidward was choking on something, but instead of a fork, it was
Squidward.
As I was saying, that one character from SpongeBob, when instead of choking on the fork, he was like choking on some cock. Like Nightly sent that one.
Choking on some cock.
Oh yeah. He always does that when he leaves on a fucking L or a dub, right? He's done like the same 20 memes in a row.
You better say Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Look at this.
Star Wars.
Oh man. I love Star Wars.
Okay, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, don't fart your kids out. Like, don't wait. Don't.
Whoa! Wait.
Don't fart your kids out.
I know me and Energy instantly thought of.
Advice,
no, I know me and Energy thought of like some. As soon as he said that, you're gonna have to censor that.
Alright, bro.
No, don't fart.
Oh, he's dying over here.
Don't fart your gender reveals.
Don't fart your kids out, guys. Remember, it's a bad idea. Try to have your kids normally.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh man. Well, that was a good ending point, I think. We're almost an hour and 10 minutes in. I think we can call it there. You want to send us out, Alex?
Yo, thank you for watching this Castaway episode. Remember, we have shit in the description that you should check out. Moondoggy made this epic ass layout, logo, characters, everything. His shit is in the description. So if you want to get some shit commission, go to him. Highly recommend. Also, I don't know what platforms we'll be on right now, but every platform that we will ever be on will be in the description. So, you know, you guys don't have to watch us through YouTube. You can go to Spotify or whatever, you know, check us out. Also, everybody's channels will be in the description, Twitters, whatever, you know. all that goodness. But anyways, that is it from me, Bleach Center, Alexir, and you guys, Augie, Energy, Mass Man. Say goodbye.
It's been real.
It's been real. It's been real indeed.
Yeah.
Peace.
It's been real. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Peace and love.
Don't fight your kids out.